Hey, what's going on, y'all? So I did actually watch the Eve and Trina battle. I mean, it was short and to the point, which I did like. Obviously, Eve washed Trina. We don't even have to go into that. It's kind of like boring, honestly. Eve is just a superior rapper. Always has been, had superior music. She brought out most of the songs I think that she should have brought out. The songs that I thought were dope. She played most of them, so it was cool. Trina was out there just trying her best to not look like she was getting washed. So, I mean, it's cool, man. I could go into a whole long, thing about why Trina is so damn whack and things like that. But again, it's like sometimes even I get tired of talking about how whack hip hop is because there's a lot of shit that's wrong with hip hop, man. There's a lot. I could spend a lifetime talking about how whack hip hop has become, honestly. And I do, of course, from time to time, if I feel the need to say something is trash, I'll say it, of course. But, it's not always my sort of modus operandi. And you guys who follow my channel, you know that. You see me upload things that I actually enjoy. And I'm out here because at the end of the day, I love this genre. And I want to see new dope shit. So, today, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to spotlight an artist that I think has some potential. There's a cat I actually know personally. I've hung out with him a number of times in Brooklyn. Met him in BK, actually. Actually, I met him in Manhattan, but, we used to hang out, a lot, actually, in Brooklyn. So I've seen this dude create stuff, and I think he's got some potential, no doubt. I mean, I think he's still working things out personally. My man 3M. So it's no, disrespect to him for me to say that. But I do think that there's something there, and I kind of want to see him do more cool shit if possible. And hey, he's made a track that I actually kind of like. I mean, I think it's alright. You know what I'm saying? Like I can listen to. And so that man is Chadmar, aka 3M. I think 3M is actually pretty good with the beats. He's starting to, he's made some decent beats in the past that I have actually kept. And I'm holding on to them shits. And 3M, I want to drop them records. Some of them shits that you've done are actually a little bit iller than these ones that I'm about to play. But, out of respect, I'm going to hold off. And, when I get the go-ahead. But 3M is a producer. He also raps. He's actually a pretty decent rapper as well. I think, again, he's kind of figuring out his sound and figuring out his vibe and all that kind of shit. These are tracks he's doing in his own, like in his living room and shit like that, man. And, some of them are harder than shit that I hear people spending, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars making songs and putting them shits out. So I think 3M's got some talent. And look, listen, this goes out to anybody who's an aspiring rapper. Feel free to email me if you got something that you want me to check out. And if I like it and if I think it's decent, I'll put it up on the channel, man. I'll just talk about it a little bit, right? I mean, why not, right? So you can reach me. My email address is my channel, right? tochirta@gmail.com. Just hit me up there, right? tochirta@gmail.com. And I'll put the email in the description. So feel free. All right, with that further ado, let's check out this record, Fly Jewelz for Your Afterlife. Interesting title, huh? Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Don't wanna be a neighbor. You suck dick, fella single. Great shot, you niggas sickle. Spend resting on the best too. Popped out like 3 million. God said I'm 3 months. You niggas dumb fucks. We getting dumb bucks. You laugh at that. Okay. You niggas real tough. Aight. My man mighty. Okay. Smoke tough. The light get heavy. I'm counting slow bucks. You proud for pennies. Only 2 trucks. Watch how you step in. You know your toes. So you Johnny Cabin. Stick to script. You focus. So listen. Here's my opinion on the song overall. I do think that the beat is interesting. I like beats like that. Again, it's kind of like that intense, mystical, mysterious vibe that I like. I mean, to me, hip hop at its best is kind of like that, in terms of that sound. It's like strange, but it's like ethereal and shit like that, and it's heavy and it knocks. So this beat definitely qualifies. I would give this beat, I think this beat is like a, remember when I was rating shit? I'd say this beat is kind of like a 4 out of 5, let's say, right? Like a 3.5, 4 out of 5, right? At best. The vocals, they're okay. 3M is a cat. I've heard 3M rhyme, and some of this, of course, like I said, he's kind of recording this in his living room and shit like that. So I'm assuming this is not professionally mixed and none of that shit. So I think that he does have some vocal presence. I think the vocal presence could be a little bit better on this record, of course, because it has been better on other things. But he does have a good voice. He does have a voice that would work for rap. Now, in this particular song, it reminds me almost of like a sort of a Tyler the Creator type of, in the new generation, but really like almost like an Onyxy type of, that kind of like that rap thing. Some people really love that gravelly voice shit. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. And I think it's kind of a thing that it works in the moment, but long term, I don't know if people really, really can stomach it. But, I do like it to a certain extent. I just think that I would have attacked the beat a little bit differently, personally. But, who knows? I mean, all that is speculation, right? But vocally, I would say that, mix aside, I think that the vocals here are about, let's say, a 3 out of 5 or something like that. The rhymes are, they're kind of whatever. I mean, my man 3M is just kind of riffing and not really saying a whole lot. So, I mean, this is, the rhymes are like a 2.5, But again, not bad necessarily. They're not horrible rhymes, but I just don't remember anything that he actually necessarily said, even though I don't think that they're necessarily horrible, right? They're just average, like 2.5, right? Like literally, 50% type of thing. So all in all, it's just kind of a decent song. Like I've played it a couple of times. Like I like the vibe. It's kind of like a vibey thing if I want to vibe out to the beat and just the heaviness of it. But it's kind of a demo-ish type of thing that I think obviously could use a little bit more work. But it's decent. I think this is one of the better beats I've heard in a year. And this is my opinion, right? Like, I understand how hard it is to make rap, man. Trust me. Like, I've tried to make songs here and there, not like seriously or anything like that, because I have a lot of friends who've rapped and things like that over the years, right? So I've gone into the booth and I've spit. I'm trash. I've rapped shit where I'm like, damn, like I hear it back and I'm thinking, I'm fucking trash. What the hell? So it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that it takes a lot of work to be dope, but that's also why, to a certain degree, when I see stuff that to me is just like pure trash, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if I can rap better than a lot of people out here who are doing shit, like that's bad. That should not be the case. When I was growing up as a hip hop fan, there was no one rapping better than Nas and Jay and them guys. Like, it just wasn't. Your homies might try to rap, but they weren't even nowhere close. Whereas now it's almost kind of like a weird flip where like the people that rap in the mainstream, there's lots of people. In fact, the average person can rap just as good as them, right? And that's kind of crazy when you think about it, right? And obviously it makes the game watered down and it shows that really there's no bar, right? So all in all, I think it's a decent attempt at making a song. I would love to hear from anyone your thoughts. If you think it's trash, tell me it's trash. Like, if you think it's aight, tell me it's aight or whatever. However your thoughts are, feel free to leave them in the comments. And like I said, I'm looking forward to hearing from other artists that I think if they make something that's decent, obviously I'll put it up. So for me to even spotlight this shit, I have to think that it's like somewhat decent. Okay, I'm not just going to put up some track that I'm like, oh, okay, this is trash, and just to make fun of it. Nah, that's not what I do. So if it's, spotlighted on my channel, it's because it's aight. It's actually not too bad, right? There's some potential there. So I'm signing out, man, and hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And don't pay attention to that that XXL Freshman List. That shit is garbage. I can make a video complaining about that shit, but I'm going to just say that I try to listen to most of the people on that list. I listened to 1 or 2 or 3 of their songs or whatever, and it was just like... So I'm saying, man, so when I hear some shit from 3M or something like that, when I know people that to me make better music than a lot of these cats, I'm like, yo, someone needs to put these guys out, right? Peace.